Council meeting to order. Please rise for the prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everybody. We'll start with item D, the approval of minutes. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the minutes from the July 1st, 2024 regular council meeting shall stand approved. They will stand
I'm
approved. Item E, citizen communication. If anyone is in attendance tonight that would like to address council on anything that is not on the agenda, feel free to come forward at this time. Good evening, Kelly. How are you?
Good evening. You want me to sign in before?
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. If you would, please just state your name and address for the record.
Kelly Burkhart, 923 Woodlawn Avenue, here in Napoleon.
Thank you. Kelly, we will give you 5 minutes whenever you are ready.
Okay, do you want my telephone and email and everything, or are you
I
good?
think we know how to reach
I
you.
was going to say.
Thank you.
Good evening. I am Kelly Burkhart. I am a resident, a citizen of the city of Napoleon. I also am very involved with a couple nonprofits. Together We Can Make a Difference initiatives and Pillars of Success. I'm here tonight because Joel Miller couldn't be. He's been here the last couple times. I am here to please request that the Safe Haven Emergency Housing go to committee so that we can talk about it. I've got several folks that are willing to help, to educate. I've been doing this now I've been involved with the homeless about 20 years ago. About 20 years ago, silly me bought a house 3 doors down from myself for a homeless couple. I charged them the rent, basically what the mortgage was. They lived there until about 2014 or 15, I believe. I was a Business and Human Resource Administrator with the Ohio Department of Transportation for 23 years. Silly me left that job to start Together We Can Make a Difference initiatives in 2010 to help others. Pillars of Success helps with transitional housing. We help with the folks that have been living in their car. Not long ago, there were 4 people working in Dana living in their car. I had folks out working at Subway living in their cars. Right now, currently, we're helping folks that work at Campbell Soup Company, that work at Defiant Stamping, that are applying at Silgon. They're working in our community. We have rules and regulations with Pillars of Success. No alcohol, no drugs. There's a whole list of we have a 2-page document of rules and regulations. And that's what the same rules and regulations we'd use with the emergency housing. I was privileged enough to sit on the Economic Development Board for about 9 years. And every meeting I went to was about we need workforce, we need workforce, we need workforce. And we have folks that are willing to work in our community. I've also had to send people to Defiance. The people in Defiance are working at the Kroger's, the Taco Bells. I like fast food. I like having people working at fast food. So I just ask you, I sit on the housing board with the health department. Health Commissioner Joy Ermey, talk about data, talk about information. Director of Job and Family Services, Shannon Jones. Prosecutor, Gwen Howe-Gabers. I've been working with Judge Gherkin Schuler. All these folks would love to have an opportunity to talk to you folks. I know there's fear, I know there's education, but we do need to do better and we need to be better. We need to care for the least of these. And so I'm asking that you just please send it to committee. We want to do this right. I don't want to end up in the news like Brian did. That's the wrong way of doing things. We need to do it right. We need to care for the least of these. And we need to make sure we have our rules and regulations. And I guess I tried to get everything I could in 5 minutes. I don't know if I went more than 5 minutes. But the two of you know I could go on for about an hour and a half. I'm a finance person. I'm not a social worker. Give me the spreadsheets, give me the data, give me that kind of stuff. But for some reason, I was called and I left my very good job with the Ohio Department of Transportation and started a nonprofit. And I'm not from Henry County, I'm not from Napoleon, but for some reason, here I am, and I'm in front of you folks asking that you please send it to committee. Let us talk to the folks on the committee. Let us answer the questions. I've got a whole lot of folks that we started Pillars in 2014 because I started together in 2010. So we've been doing it a while. Is everybody a success? Absolutely not. And you know what? You don't want to follow it? Then you can go to Defiance and you can work wherever you want to work. But we need to care for those who are successes here in our own community.
Well, Kelly, we certainly appreciate your commitment to the community. We have done some internal conversations this week and the week before. I think we are at a point where we could send this to a committee. It would be my recommendation, Chairman Weitzel, if we could send it to municipal properties to begin with, just for further discussion.
And I truly want to offer my I mean, if I can help in any way of what I've seen over the last 20 years, you know, we thought we had everything situated back before and then Jack Products came in. We were going to rent 4 or 5 apartments. We were going to put the people in the apartments, and then when these apartments opened, we'd go in. Jack Products came in, we don't have it. I was excited again when the new housing development down on Raymond Street went in. Good, I'll get some apartments. Some people moved to those. That didn't happen either. You know, I keep getting excited and I keep getting excited and it doesn't work. So we all need to work together if we please could. And there's a solution. And I know Henry County and the city of Napoleon, we can be better and do better.
Kelly, thank you for everything you've done for the city of Napoleon and all the residents here. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
And I hope it goes to committee. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we will look to add that to the next municipal properties meeting. I believe that is in 4 or 5 weeks?
Monday, August 12th.
August 12th, okay. So it gives us some time internally to continue our research, but we would definitely rely on Safe Haven to provide some content for that discussion. Okay.
And the other folks that the judges and the prosecutor and the health department and the job and family services, there's a lot of great knowledge out there.
We would welcome anyone who is willing to be in attendance that evening. All righty, Kelly, thank you again. We will move on to the reports from council committees. Item F1, the Electric Committee did not meet on July 8th, 2024 due to lack of agenda items. F2, the Water, Sewer, Refuse, Recycling, and Litter Committee did not meet on July 8th, 2024 due to lack of agenda items. F3, the Municipal Properties, Building, and Land Use did not meet on July 8th due to lack of agenda items. And F4, the Parks and Recreation Committee did not meet earlier tonight due to lack of agenda items. Item H, introduction of new ordinances and resolutions. H1, resolution number 020-24, a resolution adopting the 2025 tax budget for the city of Napoleon, Ohio, as required in sections 5705.28 and 5705.281 of the Ohio Revised Code, and directing the finance director to file the same with the county auditor and declaring an emergency. Do we have a
Motion.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you. Kevin?
Yeah, I'll take this. Thank you, Council President. This is an annual resolution that we do that we're required by statute to take care of every year. What this is basically the revenue side or the start of our budgeting process for 2025, and this is what we have approved or have agreed upon that we will be receiving in our property taxes. So we have to pass this resolution that we have reviewed this, which the Finance and Budget Committee has reviewed it and approved it. And then once this gets approved, then it gets moved on to the Budget Commission, which is the county auditor, the prosecutor, and the treasurer with that. So if you have any questions about the numbers, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But I would ask for suspension on this just because by statute, even though it's not a hard date to our Budget Commission, it's due by July 20th to them.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions or comments from council? Do we have a motion for suspension?
Motion.
Second?
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll on suspension, please.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. And please call the roll on the resolution.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. That will pass under first reading, under suspension, under emergency. Item I, second reading of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 025-24, an ordinance amending the City of Napoleon rules, terms, and conditions governing the water and sewer service, specifically Rule 5, Special Service and Extension, and Rule 32, Appendix A, Fees, and declaring an emergency.
Motion?
Second?
Thank you. Andy?
Yes, once again, Council President, this is the legislation in regard to rules and fees as they relate to the hydrant meters and hose meters. There are no changes from the previous reading.
Questions or comments from council? I'm hearing none. Michaela, please call the roll.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, that'll move to third read. Item I2, resolution number 026-24, a resolution authorizing the participation in the Ohio Department of Transportation ODOT Cooperative Purchasing Program and declaring an emergency. Is there a motion?
A motion?
Second.
Thank you. Andy?
Thank you, Council President. As I described during the last meeting, this is specifically in regard to the purchasing program for crack sealing materials and services. The company that will be doing this work will not allow us to get on the schedule until legislation is passed. So I would ask that council pass this under suspension so that we can get them lined up as their schedule is quickly filling up.
Do they have a time frame on when this would be completed, Andy?
Just prior to the snow flying, sometime before the fall.
Motion for suspension?
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll on suspension.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, Michaela, please call the roll on the resolution.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Item I3, resolution number 027-24, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute all documents necessary to apply for and accept Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement Program and Local Transportation Improvement Program funds for projects deemed necessary by the city engineer in the year 2025 and declaring an emergency. Is there a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Thank you.
Yes, Council President, this is generally referred to as Issue 2 funding, and we will use this to target a project we would like to complete on West Clinton and Erie Streets in replacement of the storm, sanitary, and water line along that route. Otherwise, there are no changes to the legislation.
Any questions from council? Hearing none, Michaela, please call the roll.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Item I-4, ordinance number 028-24, an ordinance authorizing and directing the execution of a wastewater collection and treatment contract between the City of Napoleon, Ohio, and the Campbell Soup Company, and declaring an emergency. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Andy?
There are no changes to this legislation.
Comments or questions from council?
Andy, have they been in touch with you that we're on the right direction?
Yes, yesterday at church, in the narth exit church. It was one of those, I don't mean to bother you and talk shop, but,
Yeah.
and he asked when this would be completed. I said there's an emergency clause, which, as soon as the mayor signs it, it's official. And that will take, the third and final reading will take place the first meeting in August, which is August 5th. So I think they're ready so they can move forward.
Any other questions? Hearing none, Michaela, please call the roll.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Abstain.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that will also move to third read. Item J, third reading of ordinances and resolutions. J1, ordinance number 024-24, an ordinance approving current March 2023 through April 2024 replacement pages to the City of Napoleon codified ordinances. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
There are no changes to this legislation.
Questions, concerns from council? I'm hearing none. Michaela, please call the roll.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, that will pass on third read. Item K, good of the city. K1, discussion and action, approval of the power supply cost adjustment factor for July 2024. SPSCA 3-month average factor 0.011314 and JV2 0.012807. Andy, anything on this?
Really nothing out of the ordinary. It is the lowest in 8 months. And I guess we will attribute that to both Fremont and Prairie State now being online full-time, which greatly helps. Otherwise, I had nothing out of the ordinary.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll on approval.
Bob?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Item K2, discussion and action, certify and file annual special assessments with the Henry County Auditor for placement and collection on the 2024 tax duplicates payable in the year 2025. Andy or Kevin on this one?
I'll take this one. Thank you, Council President. This is an annual ordinance or resolution that we pass for our assessments. We assess properties for nuisances, like if we've done mowing through the years. We've had like 3 individuals that we had to mow this past year that they've not paid our invoices that we've charged them. So then it goes on their property tax bill, as well as this allows us to assess like the North Point water and sewer lines. And some people will be very happy that those have been on a long time, and this will be our last year for those assessments. So we're just asking the law director to enact a legislation to bring that back next week, or in 2 weeks.
Next council meeting?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Any questions or comments from council? Yes, sir.
I happen to be in a different town, I can't remember if it was Defiance, I think it was Defiance, where if somebody isn't mowing their yard and it has to be done by the city goes and puts a sign in their yard saying this was, this property, I don't know what you would call it, is being
Nuisance.
assessed for not mowing, a little bit of a, I don't know what you wanna call that, a little bit of a shame factor would go with that. I didn't know if you guys did that, if there was any interest in doing something like that. I don't know if it's a good or bad idea, I'm just saying what I saw a different community do. Kind of brought to the attention of all the neighbors, anybody driving down the street when they see that sign.
It's not something we currently do.
Right.
That's all I'll say.
I'm throwing it out there for, just food for thought.
What we do in addition, that I don't think a lot of communities do in certain situations where it's grass, or weeds, or other nuisance, we'll charge, we have that nuisance ordinance on the books here, we'll charge them with the proper crime based on the nuisance ordinances. And we gain compliance that way a lot. And if having your name placed in the papers is shaming a person, then perhaps that's done, then,
I'm not saying it's a good idea.
not sure how effective it would be, since everybody passes the property anyway, and it looks like crap. And you just see it, you know what's going on. I'm not sure the sign pointing toward the crap in the yard is that much more effective.
I wasn't saying it was a good idea, I wasn't saying it's a bad idea, I'm just saying it's what I saw.
There are properties that I pass all the time, and I'm like, I bet I could remember who
Has
lives
there
there.
been an increase in
No.
property?
It's actually gone down a bit,
Good.
since we started doing, both things. So,
Okay.
before I started, this is 8 years ago now, but before I started, we didn't charge a lot of the nuisance stuff.
We've had a number of, Kevin Schulteis and I hold hearings from time to time on those properties. Property owners are invited, not a single time has anybody ever shown up.
Sure.
So, but we do hold the hearings and we do cite them.
We definitely get after them, so.
And Dr. Dave, just as reference, last year we had 2 individuals. This year we have 3, and one of the 3 was one that we had last year. So I don't believe it's a widespread issue in our city.
That was just informational, that's all.
Thank you for sharing. Did you have anything?
Just for reference, sitting in the back for many, many years, that has been brought up before to council many years ago to do those types of things with the enforcement. And it was put down at the time, but we do post the letter on the city stationery on the door of the property. So it is posted. And that, of course, I know the look of the letter, so it's an obvious posting. But I think that most people that drive by see the situation and see the posting on the door. So it is posted.
I just
Correct
happened
me
to
if
see
I'm
it, that's
wrong.
all.
No, that's correct.
No, it is posted on the door or front window.
And I've seen in the past where there was no building on the property, where the posting was posted on a stick, on a post. But it is the letter of nuisance, warning of nuisance.
Okay.
With that being said, is there a motion to direct the law director?
Motion?
Second?
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Tom,
Yes?
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Kevin. We will go around the table. Kevin, I'll keep you on the spot tonight.
The first thing I want to bring in this, Billy, this is like maybe a Scribner's error or something, but under the good of the city, number 1, the factor was 0.11314. It's actually 0.1314 is what you should have been approved. There was an extra 1 in there.
An extra one in there, okay.
And are we, is that okay, Billy, or do they?
I think you can make that motion to correct that now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for catching that. Kevin, can we have a motion to correct that?
Motion.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll on that correction, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Okay. Should we do another motion to approve it with that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. That's
Okay.
fine.
Could we have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Tom,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Dr. Dave,
Yes.
Brittany,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Okay, good catch, Kevin, thank you.
I didn't mean that we'd have to go through this twice more, but that's all I have.
Okay. Tom?
The Finance and Budget Committee meeting for next week will be canceled. There's no open agenda items currently.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Dave?
Nothing for me.
Britt?
Nothing from me.
Mr. Mayor?
Nothing.
All right. Mr. Hayes?
Good fireworks display. I think council, come budget time, should seriously consider adding another 2,500 to 5,000 to the bill for next year. That's all I have.
All right.
Nothing.
Mr. Wetzel? Jordan?
Safety and Human Resources, we're gonna cancel next week as well. Nothing on the agenda.
Thank you, sir. Billy?
Nothing from me.
Andy?
A couple of things. I just received an update this afternoon on a couple of our projects this summer, the Oakwood project. They are finishing up the curbing today. The drive approaches and the sidewalks on the east side of the road should be complete tomorrow. The paving of the trenches will take place Saturday, Monday, and next Tuesday. And the full paving of the road should start next week. So that's coming along quite well. We've had good weather, favorable weather, and I was fortunate the contractor got started a couple of months early on that project. So, miscellaneous streets project, the paving crews are going to be moving to the south side tomorrow. They've divided this project, since there's 28 streets, into 3 different zones. There's one north of Woodlawn, there's one between Woodlawn and Riverview, and then the third zone is all of the south side. There's a dozen streets on the south side that we're gonna be doing. So that will be starting tomorrow. They'll be pouring remainder of the curb on Glenwood, starting tomorrow. And then Wednesday, they're moving the paving crews tomorrow to the south side. They'll start paving Wednesday on the south side. So both of those projects are progressing quite well. In regard to the Holgate water contract, the amended contract was approved by Holgate Council last week, and signed copies from our end were picked up this morning by their solicitors, so I expect those back in the very near future. And finally, I'd just like to thank Chad for handling the city manager duties last week in my absence. Everything seemed to go smoothly, and that's all.
Perfect. I will just add, great 4th of July festivities all around. Thank you to our Parks and Rec and Police Department and everyone else involved. We really appreciated that. I had some family in from out of state, and they had nothing but praise to say about the city and the events we held. So, lastly, I will just call a brief executive session on pending or imminent litigation. Imminent. Goodness gracious. Litigation, please, if we could have a motion for that.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Tom?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
A motion to come out of executive session for pending or imminent litigation. Golly, y'all know what I mean.
So moved.
Thank you.
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, no action taken there. Jeez, appreciate y'all for bearing with me there. Item M, approve payment of bills and financial reports. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the payment of bills and financial reports shall stand approved. Hearing none, they'll stand approved. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Michaela, please call the roll.
Tom?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Dr. Dave?
Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.